Today in New York Times, there's an article in which they're saying that the valedictorian situation is becoming out of touch. In one graduating class, you had about 10 of them who, 7 of them who were laying claims to the title, and they compile an A plus average. Now I thought it was up to 4. I didn't understand how you could get more than 4, this A plus thing. However, I, as a school teacher, a substitute teacher, I matriculated through school bus driving. So I had my exposure to students by driving the school bus. And then after the state decided that they're going to allow me to teach, then I went into to substitute teaching. But I recall some elementary students, I was telling them, look, education is great. I have a lot of it. And I brought my diplomas to show them. I brought bachelor's and 2 associate of arts. I had laminated them, and I'm lucky, because when I passed to them and said, if you stay in school and you do well, these are what you're going to get. While I'm driving the bus now, they tried to tear the diplomas up and they put it on the ground, and they were sort of mashing it up with their feet. So when I discovered what they're doing, I stopped the bus. I said, hey, just give me my diplomas, bro. It was amazing. Now, at another school I was teaching, this brother was saying that he wants to go to Yale. And in that depressed community, somebody thinking of Yale is saying, okay, I would like to work with this guy and see, what he has to offer. And he learned that talking to Yale Talk gets you a lot of things, because you would want to see whatever he does, see the positive side of it, and give him the benefit of the doubt. But then at a time when you think I wasn't watching, I see him just operating like the regular gangsters. So I said, this guy is playing games with me here. However, at most of the schools I go to, and I tell them what education is about in the British Empire, they're amazed. So that, as the article says here in the New York Times, that these guys are being pampered and misled to think that they're all this, but when they get in touch with the real world and with internationalism, then they're going to discover that, wow, my stuff in nothing. You ask them on an average, how many hours do you spend studying at home? They tell you 0, but then they go on to tell you, but I'm on the honor roll. I don't understand how you could do that, because coming from the British system, and many of them want to go to Yale and Harvard and Princeton, and in the British Empire that's going to Oxford, Cambridge or London. And these guys that have the ability to go to that school, you don't see them outside playing very early. They're wearing thick glasses and the face kind of like distorted. So when you go to campus, you could see the ones that are doing well in school, because the shirt and the face distorted, because they're spending so many hours studying. You hardly see them out. They don't play. They're kind of impractical. They don't have practical skills, and then you call them book smart and street smart. It's 2 different smarts. But here we have these students, they're not spending any time studying at home, number 1, and secondly, they're the class president, they're into football, they're into the debating society, and still they're getting A plus. That's amazing. But of course, what I discovered, and I can't do many tests in America, I fail them, because I know you have to study a book and they can just ask you to explain this and you're gone, or just write one word, write the composition, that. But here you have these 4 alternatives, true and false thing, or multiple choice, and to me, I don't see the difference in them. I just did the bar first year, and I'm not even sure that I understand exactly what the multiple choice is about. And so these students are being misled. The last thing, I'm discovering that many of them, after they graduate, they have to go to India, to Bangalore, to do a kind of a seminar to round off their education, and I just don't understand that. You see, so that folks will tell you, man, I am so brilliant, I don't even need to go to college, I got it. Okay, and then the other day in California here, one guy graduated from high school and college at the same time. This is amazing. However, I want to say that this is serious, and it's a problem, because not a shortcut you have is to become a celebrity. Here we have this young girl that's trying to cross the world, and she almost drowned in the Indian Ocean, and then she's become a celebrity. Next in Oklahoma, she saw the raging water, she jumped in to rescue somebody and had to be rescued herself, but she is now a celebrity. She's making the talk show rounds. And then this other crazy Gary that went up to Pakistan trying to hunt down Osama, he's going to become a celebrity next. So we have here folks, maybe that's why they're not worrying with academics to make people a celebrity, because they realize that the academic as well as the non-academic is the same, because both of them don't know anything. But this guy has more courage because he's trying something stupid, and maybe it works for him. And so I think the new emphasis should be on starting from elementary school, that kids must know what's in the textbook. And I know multiple choices and these objective tests are easy to mark due to the computer, but look what it's doing. It is removing creativity, which a lot of people talk about individualism and creativity, but that kind of true false thing, or that multiple choice, it's not helping you to be individualistic and creative. It will take some more time for people to mark the papers, but I think you'll have a better product at the end of the time. And so we need, here's a science student, and he doesn't even know the periodic table, and he has a bachelor's degree in chemistry. I mean, it's ridiculous. A guy has a bachelor's in medicine, in biology, and he can't draw the eye, or he can't draw the liver, or he can't draw the teeth and label it. He had, in the exam, it's drawn for him, and he just has to put in the labels, or say whether this is labeled correct or whatever. So we have to understand that, look, this thing's not working, and eventually it's going to get us. Let folks understand that education is grueling. It's not a pat on the back, a nice talk. I remember driving the school bus. This guy tells me that he wants me to write a letter and recommend him some way. They join things just for the ulterior motive of being recognized and given a leg up on Harvard, and it's not for the joy of whatever the activity is itself. And this is dangerous. It's not working for the student nor for the nation. Now we have to rely on foreigners. I understand in mathematics, in higher levels, maybe doctoral, masters, you hardly have Americans in there. And I believe that people all over the world have the same abilities. At least those who would want to go on to higher education should have the abilities. And so it's just that we're doing things different here. We don't believe in rote memory. I recall by the time you reach 9, 10, 11 in the Caribbean, in British system, you have to know up to 16 times tables. I recall sometimes on the school bus, a guy might get out to hand and say, you know something, man, I give you $20 if you do any times table for me. 7, 9, 11, which you want to do, bro? And they can't do that. I mean, you like the $20, but you can't do it. And they'll try all kinds of games. I say, look how I want you to do it, bro. 61, 16, 16, 2 is 32, 16, 3 is 48, 16, 4 is 64, 16, 5 is 88, 16, 6 is 96. That's how I want you to do it, bro. Not just 16, 1, 16, 16, 2 is 30. I don't want it like that, bro. You gotta do it rapid, okay? So I think that Obama and Arne Duncan are on the right track. So we have to somehow find a way to let these testing people still make that money, but still we want something done so that the students could develop and be really qualified, and when they qualify, they know they're truly qualified, not because they have a degree, but because they know the stuff, so that knowing the stuff and the degree should go together. I do hope that we review this real quick, because this thing is becoming outrageously dangerous, and it can make a civilization end.